Hello everybody, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me in another episode for my Fall Finish Line series for my December daily. So today I'm going to be working on the 24th, Christmas Eve, and we started off the day at McDonald's. Egg McMuffins. So I think they had a sale going on. It was something like 2 Egg McMuffins for $3 or $2 or something ridiculous. And here in Canada, I think they're like $3.70 each. And they've recently just introduced the all-day breakfast, so that's exciting. But we were just going to go out to Walmart and just kind of kick around, and we didn't really have anything planned that day. So we started off, as I said, with an Egg McMuffin, and so I just took a picture of us in the car eating it. My mom had some Christmas earrings on that you can see in this picture, and I thought they were adorable, so it was just a cute little breakfast selfie. And so I did this card on a Sunday, and then I left it for a little bit. And you're going to see here that I actually come back to it. You can't necessarily tell because of the magic of editing. But here, yeah, so I go ahead and put these away. I thought they were done. But then kind of after letting them sit for a week, I just felt like that bottom card with the picture was just too plain. So I did come back to it. Just putting these in the pocket. That's just a gift card that I got at the front cash. I thought it was really cute. So here I'm coming back to this card, and I had this little piece of ephemera that's kind of like a playing card, but it has a picture of a hat, and then it has the H for hat on it and the word hat, and I just wanted to cut it out to use it as an embellishment. So I'm using my scalloped punch here just to bring in some of that gold, and I fuss around a little bit with the placement and then decide to commit. So I think this just adds a little more to the card and finishes it off nicely. So I'm glad that I did come back to it. And I think, that's a tip that I can share, is that if you're trying to complete a December daily, or when December comes around and, our days are really busy, just start getting something down. You can always come back to it. So I'm just adding some enamel dots here now, and now I'm really happy with it. But to just get something down in the beginning really helps, and you can always come back to it. So this is a little insert pocket that I am going to decorate, and this is a picture of my mom just in front of their house, and she's got some blow-up decorations, which you'll see up close later in the video. And we were just going out for a nightly walk, and I snapped a picture of her being silly in front of it. So in this pocket, it faces the McDonald's pocket. So I have a copy of the receipt and just some other loose little things that I wanted to include in my December daily, but didn't really need them to be showing. So I just used another piece of ephemera here just to add a little bit of decoration. And I kind of wish I had put it down a little more, because I want to use this frame. This was in the ephemera pack as well, and it's a little bit close to the Merry and Bright, but it turned out fine. So I just kind of made that a little wonky just for some extra effect. And now I'm moving on. This is still the 24th, and so I already did the pocket on the bottom. It was a selfie picture of family and friends on Christmas Eve at dinner. I'm using this old shaker pocket decoration that I've had for a while. I got it at Tuesday Morning one year in Florida, so just using that up. And then this was a tag that I received. My aunt had given us some gingerbread cookies from a local artist from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. And they were all natural, nut-free, gluten-free, and all that stuff. They were so good. Oh my gosh, I think I ate the bag in one sitting. So I just wanted to remember that. So I used that as decoration for one of the cards. And then I'm just going to put that one in the pocket and move on to the back page. So this is starting December 25th, Christmas Day, of course, another food picture. I'm just taking everything out of the pockets that I'd kind of shoved in there where I thought I wanted to place those things. So it's a picture of our Christmas breakfast. We made pancakes and bacon with fresh strawberries. It was so yummy. Bringing back my trusty washi tape that I've been using throughout my December daily to tie everything together. Trying to figure out where I want to put the date here, and I decide on putting it there using another one of those scalloped die cuts. And then I'm just going to do my journaling on this card. Now for the bottom picture, I am using a picture of a screenshot of a text message from my husband on Christmas morning. Just wanted to include our kind of little back and forth that morning. And then I took a picture of the television screen during the weather, and they were talking about how it was a record temperature day, and I believe it was actually was it 1 degree? So it was 1 degree less than it had been on July 25th. So just to give a comparison of how hot it was that Christmas in Florida. It was fantastic last year. I can only hope the weather will be as good this year. So just, documenting kind of the everyday stuff that happened that morning. We really didn't do a lot on Christmas Day. We did a lot of phoning to family and friends and FaceTiming, and we watched my brother's family with their kids open Christmas gifts on FaceTime, which is always fun. And so now I'm just going to put these in the pocket, and I really wanted to put it that way, and I started to do that, but then on the back of the one that I'm putting in now, it has that shaker embellishment, the present, and it was too bulky. So this is a picture of, I pre-did this as well, this is a picture of Michelle XO. She texted me that morning telling me that she had gotten engaged, and it was a huge surprise to her and everyone else. So it was so exciting, so I wanted to document that. So I included that, but just did that off camera. And now I am documenting that evening. So these are the blow-up decorations that my mom has, and they're actually Christmas themed. But that night was the full moon. And so as you can see here, I'm not writing, but I have this Merry Christmas tag, and then I'm pointing the arrow to the moon because that was the whole point of that shot. And then in this picture, I am doing a close-up of the decorations that my mom puts out. So I'm just going to use my craft knife, and I'm going to cut around this faux washi tape piece so I can slide the picture underneath. This isn't something that I've done a lot of in the past, but I've actually done it, I think it's 3 or 4 times now in this particular December daily, and I really like the look it gives, so I'm probably going to keep doing that. So as you can see here, there's a moose to the bottom right of the picture, the blow-up scene. Then there is a Royal Canadian Mounted Police officer, and a hockey player, and then there's Mr. and Mrs. Claus. So I always kind of get a kick out of that. So just doing my journaling, talking about how, it was so gorgeous and warm that night. So we went for another walk again, and then had our hot tub. And then I'm going to do another insert on the back of a old greeting card that I really loved and had saved. So this is just the front of a greeting card, and I had downloaded some images talking about the full moon that happened on Christmas night. So it wasn't since 1977 that the full moon had been out on Christmas. And so I talked about how that was the year that I was born. So for the first time since I was born, there was a full moon on Christmas, which was kind of cool. And then the writing, it talks about how the rare event won't happen again until 2034. So kind of a fun thing to see. Now, I wasn't planning to decorate the back of this card, so I did have to take the reinforcements off, but that's okay. I just glued them back on, and you'll never know. So just a little bit of finagling with that to make sure to get them stick. It was a little bit harder because they were raised, but just using that 4x6 card as a background design for the information about the moon. So I'm not sure if any other of you documented this specific event. I think I've seen a couple people do some pages on it, and I just thought it was fun. It was something that doesn't happen every year. And I know some people talk about the fact that they don't like doing December dailies because, you know, there's nothing new every year. They kind of do the same old thing and the same traditions. But I don't know. If you like doing it, I kind of encourage you to look for what's different about that year. So moving on to documenting Christmas dinners, so some turkey, some stuffing, and all that kind of good stuff. Just left that really plain and simple. And then I have this corrugated gold paper, and I put the star of the show on that. So instead of pumpkin pie this year, we actually had coconut cream pie, which seems fitting for Florida. So I wanted to make sure that I documented that. I'd already done my journaling off camera. And so I'm just going to stick those in the pocket, really clean and simple on that page. And then I needed to finish off the very last page of my book. So this is where I talked about ending our evening in the pool and the hot tub. And this is a picture of my feet, just kind of, I was laying out on a lounge chair, and it was just such a gorgeous night. So I just snapped that picture, and just going to decorate that card with a piece of scalloped die cut that I had left over. And then this little sticker says December 25th. And then I'm going to document another treat that I had this year. So I found these in Canada in November. They were a limited edition toasted coconut turtles. Oh my goodness. They were to die for. And there's Piper. They were so good. So I wanted to make sure that I had that in my December daily so I could remember. I really hope they come out with them again this year, and I'm going to buy 2 boxes instead of 1. I couldn't find them at all once I got to Florida, so I don't know if it was specific to Canada or they just sold out really quick or what. I'm not sure. And then I wanted to use this little gingerbread person that Sabrina Ann had made for me. So I'm using my Tombow Extreme Adhesive to actually adhere that to the outside of the pocket because it's obviously not going to fit on the inside. So here we go. I'm finished. I'm so excited that I got this done. So I'm just going to add all these pages into my book, and then I'm going to do a quick flip through just of kind of the last few pages that I did so you can see what it looks like in the book. But it's done. I feel so happy that this is complete. So now I can start my 2016 and just kind of be free of this. So I really appreciate all of you watching, and I hope you enjoyed seeing me get caught up. It's pretty chunky. I know you can't really tell because I'm kind of holding it tightly closed, but it is pretty chunky. Anyways, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you soon for my 2016 December Daily.